Happy Oscar Day, everybody. This day is for us. It's for people who like, stats and people who like movies and struggle throwing a football. Or maybe I just don't know how to throw a football, I don't know. But I'm here to announce the winner of the preferential ballot experiment using ballots collected by all of you. Now, when I announced I was doing this was something I thought I would just try, but I never expected to see hundreds of people participating, people from all over the world too. So thank you to every single person who submitted their ranking. So what I've done is I've taken all your rankings, and with the help of Yvette, by the way, big shout out to Yvette, we manually entered all of your rankings into a Google Doc, and it took us a while, but I have all of your ballots right here. So every one of these pieces of paper is a ballot collected by you. So I have your ranking here, and then at the bottom I have each of your usernames. So now I was gonna use poker chips like I usually do, but honestly I wasn't expecting so many people to participate. I simply didn't have enough poker chips. So I had to go out and I bought these little smaller chips here, and each chip is gonna represent every single one of you. And it's not as big as the other chips, but it doesn't mean I love you less. I just need to use these chips because I need to be able to fit it all on the table. So, are you ready to see who wins Best Picture, voted by the OscarScience community, voted by you? Let's do it. Now, something I want to point out is we've collected 330 ballots from y'all. And I want to applaud all of you, by the way, of just how neatly you all submitted as well. You all understood the assignment and you made this so much easier for me, so thank you so much. One user, I will say though, did try to vote twice, but I caught you, okay? I got you, all right? Nothing gets past this PricewaterhouseCooper. So 330 ballots. So the winner needs to collect 50% plus one vote in order to win. So half of 330 is 165. So a movie needs to collect 166 votes to win. So that's our magic number, 166 votes. And here's the reality. I could very much count out these ballots, and if a movie has over 166 number one votes in the first round, it's over, it's done. But let me stop blabbering, let's just get right into it. The first thing I'm gonna do is sort through all of your ballots and put them into everyone's number one choice. So let's go ahead and do that. I've actually already done it, so I'm just gonna double check really quick. All right, so I just sorted everyone's number one ballots, and here's what we have. Maestro would be very excited to hear that it is not in last place. Actually, American Fiction is in last place with 3 votes. But Maestro did come in second to last with 4 votes. Barbie has 13 votes. Killers of the Flower Moon comes in next with 22 votes. All right, The Holdovers comes in with 30 votes. So we got Zone of Interest with 35. Past Lives comes in with 37. Anatomy of the Fall comes in next with 38 votes. And then we got Poor Things comes in second with 48 votes. All right, coming in first place, Oppenheimer. Does it have the 166 votes? It's got 100 votes on the dot. So ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a game. So these are all your votes right here. Oppenheimer is clearly in the lead. It has 100 votes, but it does not have that 166 votes. So we need to eliminate the film in last place. In last place, it's American Fiction with 3 votes. So unfortunately, American Fiction has been eliminated. All right, now we're gonna take the American Fiction ballots. And by the way, if you voted for American Fiction, it's okay, because we're not gonna throw your ballots away. We're gonna redistribute your vote to your second favorite film. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. We have American Fiction, we have Anatomy of a Fall, American Fiction, Killers of the Flower Moon, American Fiction, Killers of the Flower Moon. These are 2 different people. The user is Christopher Moon, and he voted for second, Killers of the Flower Moon. So we have 2 votes for Killers of the Flower Moon, 1 vote for Anatomy of a Fall. All right, so clearly that hasn't changed anything, so we need to eliminate the film in last place, and in last place is Maestro. So Maestro has been eliminated. The music may sing in you, but unfortunately doesn't sing with the majority of these voters. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and redistribute the Maestro votes. Maestro. Then next on the list was American Fiction. I cannot redistribute the vote to American Fiction. It's gone, so I have to move on to the next one. Maestro, American Fiction, Oppenheimer. Maestro, Holdovers. So I'll go to Holdovers. Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Maestro, American Fiction. Okay, so this person, I remember, this person said they're voting for Maestro and American Fiction, and that's all they voted for because they said that was all that was worth voting for. And they didn't rank any other films. So their 2 films were eliminated. I apologize, but your 2 films were eliminated right off the bat, and you didn't rank any other films. So unfortunately, your vote, I can't go to anywhere else. So I have to now throw away your vote. That's what happens when you don't rank all your films. Unfortunately, your vote is now thrown out. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and redistribute these votes. So we had 1 to Oppenheimer. We had 1 to Holdovers. And we had 1 to Killers of the Flower Moon, and 1 is gone. All right, no film has that 166, so we need to eliminate the film now in last place. And now in last place, looking at the stack, it's Barbie. Barbie has now been eliminated. But just remember, Barbie, you are enough. Boom, but you've been eliminated. So now we're gonna go ahead, redistribute these Barbie votes. So we have Barbie, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Barbie, not joking, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Zone of Interest, interesting, Barbie, Past Lives, Barbie, Zone of Interest. Guys, 2 people, put Barbie at number 1, put Zone of Interest at number 2. That is just the difference of those movies. You guys, and there's 2 of them that did it. So you guys honestly are meant to be together. I should probably hook you guys up. I think you guys are soulmates. That's amazing. All right, so I redistributed the Barbie votes. We had 2 of them redistributed to Zone of Interest, the soulmates. All right, we had 1 of them went to Poor Things. We had 3 of them went to the Holdovers. And Barbenheimer, so we have 4 went to that. 4 went to Oppie. So we'll go ahead and start a new pile right here. We had 1 went to Anatomy of a Fall. And 2 went to Past Lives. All right, so a little recap on the score. We got Oppenheimer now with 105 votes. We have Poor Things with 49. We have Anatomy of a Fall with 40, Past Lives with 39, The Zone of Interest with 37, The Holdovers with 34, and Killers of the Flower Moon with 25. So no film has the 166. So now we got to eliminate another film. A lot of popular movies here, but unfortunately, Killers of the Flower Moon is currently in last place with 25 votes. So Killers of the Flower Moon has been eliminated. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and redistribute the Killers of the Flower Moon ballots. Let's do it. Killers of the Flower Moon, Zone of Interest. Killers of the Flower Moon, Anatomy of a Fall. Killers of the Flower Moon, Holdovers. All right, so I went through the Killers of the Flower Moon ballots, and I did it very carefully, guys, because I have a lot of votes here. I don't want to mess anything up. I don't want to start over again. So here's what we have. We had 5 Killers of the Flower Moon votes went to Zone of Interest. 5 Killers of the Flower Moon votes went to Poor Things. We had 3 Killers of the Flower Moon votes went to Holdovers. 2 Killers of the Flower Moon votes went to Anatomy of a Fall. We had 2 votes went to Past Lives, but again, one of these votes, Killers of the Flower Moon, was their first one, and one was originally Maestro, was moved to Killers of the Flower Moon, but that was eliminated, so then it was moved to the 3rd place votes, which is Past Lives. So that goes here. 8 votes went to Oppenheimer. All right, so after redistributing the votes, Oppenheimer has 113 votes, not anywhere near the needed amount, so we need to do another elimination. And now in last place is the Holdovers. I'm sorry to cross the Rubicon, but you have been eliminated. All right, let's go ahead and go through the holdovers ballots. We have 1 to Oppenheimer, 1 to Killers of the Flower Moon, that's been eliminated. So we go third, that's Oppenheimer. We have 37 votes from the holdovers to redistribute. Zone of Interest got none of those votes. It only went to these 4 films. All right, so 10 of the holdovers ballots went to Poor Things. Just put it right here. So 9 of those votes went to Oppenheimer. 12 went to Anatomy of a Fall. And the remainder went to Past Lives, which was 5. All right, so now we have our final 5. We have Oppenheimer with 123 votes. We have Poor Things with 64. We have Past Lives with 46. We have Anatomy of a Fall with 54. And we have Zone of Interest with 42. But look at this here. This is our final 5. So many different languages represented here. 3 of them were spoken in Anatomy of a Fall. I love seeing it though, I love it. But we have to eliminate a film in last place. And unfortunately, Zone of Interest has been eliminated. So we have to eliminate Zone of Interest. Let's take these away. Zone of Interest, unfortunately, I have to put a little X on you. Get in the zone. Auto zone of interest. All right, moving on now. We have to now redistribute the Zone of Interest ballots. Okay, we got 1 to Past Lives, 1 to Oppenheimer, Oppenheimer, Oppenheimer. So I went through the votes and I'm gonna go ahead and redistribute those votes. Okay, so after redistributing those votes, we have now Oppenheimer with 136 votes. We have Poor Things with 76. We have Anatomy of a Fall with 63. We have Past Lives now with 54. So Oppenheimer still needs like 30 something votes. So we need to move on to eliminate another film. And now coming in last with 54 points, it fought the good fight, but Past Lives has been eliminated. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these Past Lives ballots and we're gonna go ahead and redistribute them to their next choices. All right, I went ahead and went through the Past Lives ballots. Let me go ahead and redistribute those votes. All right, I just redistributed votes. We are now down to our final 3. Anatomy of the Fall has 79. Poor Things, 91. Oppenheimer, did it do it? 159 points. It's not quite there yet. Still needs a few more points. But unfortunately, that means we have to eliminate a film. And unfortunately, Anatomy of a Fall, sadly, has been eliminated. But give it up to Anatomy for putting up one heck of a fight. Wow. So now we're gonna go through the Anatomy of a Fall's ballots, and whatever's ranked highest on these ballots between Poor Things and Oppenheimer, that's gonna decide Best Picture. I know that sounds pretty dramatic, but let's take stock of what's actually going on here. Oppenheimer has 159 votes. It needs 7 votes to win. There's 79 ballots here, so Poor Things needs to be ranked higher than Oppie on 73 of 79 ballots in order to win. But hey, I mean, crazier things have happened. Let us see what is ranked highest. Here we go. Poor Things. Poor Things. Poor Things. Oppenheimer. Poor Things. Poor Things. Well, I counted the ballots. Poor Things was ranked higher on the majority of these ballots, but was it enough? Poor Things comes in with 136, and Oppenheimer comes in with 193. So Oppenheimer wins. That was thrilling. I enjoyed that. And if your favorite film didn't win, by the way, just remember it's okay. This is all for the sake of fun. And also remember that, you know, your vote was dispersed to the next film on your ballot. So, you did play a part in the ultimate results. The fact that Oppie didn't just take it in the first round, but had to come down to the final ballots, I think that's awesome. Like, seeing the widespread of taste across all the movies this year just made this a really fun one. But congratulations to Oppenheimer. You are the first Best Picture decided by the OscarScience community, decided by you guys. And I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. I think next year, I think we should do this again. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I'm sure Oppie wasn't a surprising win here. I actually skipped my Oscar stat stack to do this video because this year in picture was pretty predictable, and I'll be sure to do it when picture becomes a little bit more unpredictable. But for those interested in the results of the Oscar stat stack, by the way, the Oscar stat stack, that's where I basically take a lot of stats and put them together to basically decide who is going to win Best Picture. And of course, we didn't need that this year. But for those interested in the results, I did want to show you those results of the stat stack. Oppie took home DGA, PGA, then also winning SAG. It has the acting noms, it's got the SAG Ensemble nom, it's got Golden Globe, it's got BAFTA, it's nominated for screenplay, and it's got the editing nom. It's also got that DGA nom. It has literally everything it needs to win. No hurdles. It completely dominated the stat stack, receiving the max points. Poor Things comes in second at 5. Oppenheimer wins with 8. So those are the results of the stat stack. I know a few people commented that they wanted to see the results of that, so I wanted to just share that with them. But I just wanted to thank everyone who participated in this really fun experiment. If you like this video, let me know so that way I know whether this is something you want to see again in the future. Consider subscribing if you want to see more Oscar and movie related content. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like, link in the bio. And thanks always for watching. Tomorrow, by the way, Oscar reactions. And until then, I'll see you at the Oscars.